Hi everyone, this is Jamu Jimmy and welcome back to Elden Ring. Hope you're having a nice day today. We're in the Limgrave tunnels and we've actually beat the boss, but I kind of want to go through and explore the rest of this place because I do believe that there is more to this place. And so we'll do that. We'll start at the very beginning. It's a very nice place to start, so I've been told. And yeah, I'm kind of contemplating maybe, let me see if I can jump off this. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Well, I was thinking since this part is going to be a little more boring, I could probably go over what I know about the story and people could tell me whether that's right or wrong, or I don't know, let me know if they think it's true as well. Where's my stuff? Where's my goodies? I hope it's not there. Okay, but I think from all my experience playing through the game the first time, what I got from it is the game is about they're the real gods of the world are the greater wills, or the greater wills is just one of them, but there's these bigger gods, and I think the two fingers is the greater will, which is the quote-unquote good god in this world, and then there's the three fingers are the chaos god, or the god of chaos, I guess, and that's like the evil one. Well, I guess they're all evil compared to the greater will. Okay, good. What is this? Why is it always rump? How did somebody die here? Okay, all right. Note to self: don't do that. Try death. No thanks. But yeah, so it's about these gods all fighting amongst each other for control, I think. They just want to be... They want control of the world. And first of all, I don't even understand this world. It's the lands between. That's what they call it. And we, in fact, don't originate from this world. We came from across the fogs. Melina told us that when when she first meets us. Or no, the dude actually, the moaner at the very beginning of the game, he explains that we are a tarnished of no renown from across the frogs, or we crossed the fog to enter this lands between. So there's no indication as to where we came from or why we're here. But I do believe that the Greater Wills wants us here. And that's exactly why when we die, the Stakes of America help us, and even these Sites of Grace come from the Greater Will. So the Greater Will wants us here to do stuff. And so it's kind of like... what's another thing that I can compare it to? Honestly, I feel like the stories... Oh no, that's actually where I want to be. The story's a little anti-god, I think. I think that's the idea. So the problem is that the Greater Will uses the people, or not just the Greater Wills, but all the other gods use the people. There's the Chaos, there's the Greater Will, and then there's the Destined Death, I believe. The Glomide Queen and Death. We haven't met the Glomide Queen. People are hoping that she'll show up in the DLC. But that is yet to be shown. And who else is there? And then there's the Fire Giants. So there's Death. There's Destined Death, the Fire Giants. No, the Fire Giants are actually working for whatever Death. Then there's also the Primordial Stew or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the gods in this game. And so the thing is, all these gods, they're playing their games with themselves, but they're using the people here, you know, as their pawns. And so the question here is, or I guess the argument here is that it's wrong for them to do this, and they shouldn't. Or you might think the other way around and say, well, they are higher beings, and maybe it is good for them to do that. But basically, the Greater Wills has been the winner lately. And we actually don't know how long it's been the winner in the Lands Between. But we do know for a fact that the Elden Lord, there was at least 2 Elden Lords. And the first Elden Lord that we know about is actually Horaloo. I'm gonna switch it up for these rats. Whoops. Or I'm just gonna die. Oh, no! I am gonna die. Alright. So Horaloo marries Melania. Not Melania, sorry. What's her name? The Queen? Queen Marika. And he becomes the Elden Lord. The first Elden Lord of the Tarnished. But before the Tarnished were the Elden Lords, there was the dragons. And so there's actually a dragon that is the Elden Lord. But he got abandoned by the Greater Wills. So that's the interesting thing. That's where it's like, they're like, all the people in the Lands Between are just these pawns for these gods to do what they want with. And they're all playing their chess game above us, using us. And so the dragons kind of really get the raw end of the deal here, or the raw end of the stick. They just get abandoned and they just die. They just get left to die. It's pretty sad for them. But basically, once the Greater Will abandons the dragons, then it goes to Marika, and it chooses her as the successor, and it makes her a god. And I think we don't really know where she comes from or anything else about her really, but we just know that she is the god of this world, of the Lands Between. But secretly, whoops, I forgot about these guys, and these are the ones that killed me. Okay, there we go. Rats are done. I should take this away. Yeah, I only need these 2. Okay, so what was I saying? The yeah, Queen Marika is chosen. But here's the thing. So she ran her course, she did her thing. And then the Greater Will actually wants to abandon Queen Marika now. And I believe that everything that's happening in this game now is because Queen Marika is trying to hold on to the world. I think. Either that, or she's trying to just keep her family alive, or... I think she's not trying to keep her family alive so much as she's trying to keep herself alive. But something that I didn't think about, that I realized at the intro, when I watched the intro again for this playthrough, is that the dude at the intro specifically says the shard bearers were bequeathed it or inherited it, or like they didn't steal these shards of the Elden Ring, they took it. Or no, they didn't take it, they were given. That's the impression I got. Which makes me wonder now more about what her plan actually is. But basically, in this game, she's rebelling against the Greater Will. And she's still, I guess, I don't know what you call it. She's like the thing that represents them here. So she still has power. And the thing that she actually does is, or the twist, I guess, in the game is that she is the one that breaks the Elden Ring. But the thing about it is she is, like, of course, she's like being used by the gods, so the gods know what she's doing, and they try to stop her. So and they knew, like, well before she actually did whatever she did, that she was going to do it. So they had a plan in place to stop her. And let me just try and figure out, how am I supposed to do this? I think I go here. I think I can just jump here. Yeah. Yeah, I can just fall here. Okay, so we've moved on from... Now we're at one level deeper. We're from talking about the gods. Now... Oh, I'm on the wrong side. How do I get down from here? I think I go here. Yep. So there's a bunch of big characters in this game, and funny enough, they're all like... it kind of reminds me of Modern Family. You know, the intro to Modern Family, the first episode is where like you have a bunch of like the two kids are fighting, and then the parents have to meet because they're all fighting, and then the principal finds out that they're actually all related somehow. So in this game, it's the same thing. All the shard bearers are related, either directly or indirectly. And so the way the families worked is that, first of all, there was Queen Marika and what's his name, Horelu. That's the queen, the god, plus the first Elden Lord. So they had 3 children. The first was Godfrey. I want to say that was his name. Oh, I missed it again. I think his name was Godfrey the Golden. And then after that, I think they had twins. And the twins were Moog and Margit. Oh, there's a... Why is there this there? And how come I'm not activating it? Arms, oh arms, still no arms, indeed. Okay, but the thing to know about the children is that Godfrey was like the only normal one, unfortunately. And the other 2 came out as what's called omens in this game. And so the thing about the Tarnished is that I think maybe the Tarnished were originally from another god or something, but there's this thing in their blood that sometimes comes out. It's like a genetic defect or something, but it's not really a genetic defect. It's a remnant from their past. And that's the omen. And they look basically like monsters. So yeah, Horelu and Marika had twins, Morgott and what's the other guy's name? Morgott and Moog, and they were like hideous and mutated and stuff. And so they're living their family life, doing their thing. And then on the other side, there's another couple, power couple. I actually like their story too. It's Renala. I think she's called... I think her name is Carrion. That's her last name. That's her house. But she's like a master at sorcery. And so I think there's a story about a war between her and Radagon. Oops. Oh, okay, got it, yeah. So her and Radagon, it's like the classic, you know, enemies to lovers kind of story. So they're the Carrion family, I think their name is, the magic users, and then there's... Is there something up there? Then Radagon and his crew. I forget what they were called, but the place we were, Hell itself, that's Radagon's area. It's really messed up right now, but that's for another reason that I'll mention when I get there. But they're oh, actually this is the bottom. So am I done here? I think I might be done. So yeah, Radagon and Renala, they start out fighting, they end up falling in love, and they get married. And I think they have 3 children as well. And those 3 children are Rykard. Oh shoot, what's the other guy? Rykard, Radon, and then I think the last child is named... Ranala? No, Rani. I think it's Rani. Rani or Ranala, I can't remember. But as I encounter these people again, I'll know. But basically, they had 3 children, and I think this is all happening while the Greater Will knows that it wants to abandon Queen Marika, and so the Greater Will is kind of looking for a successor, and I believe the Greater Will wants the last kid, Rani or Ranala, I forget the name, but that one. They want her as the successor, and she's like resisting it. And so she devises a plan. I think she wants to fight back against the 2 fingers. Let me see, where do I want to go from here? I know where I want to go. I'm trying to think now, is this the right order of events? I don't know, I guess you guys will tell me. But she's aware that there's this god is like messing with them, and she knows it wants her, so she's trying to figure out a way to stop it, basically. And I think what happens before she actually does anything, I believe that the Greater Will actually uses what's his name? The father? Her father is Radagon. So the Greater Will uses Radagon and basically wants him to be the means by which it controls Marika. And so I think either the Greater Will makes Radagon, or not Radagon, Hoarlu. It makes Hoarlu leave and sends him to his death, basically. And that makes Marika able to be married again. And so they then make Radagon leave Ranala to go marry Queen Marika. And I guess they don't really say it, but he must be the next Elden Lord. I think he is basically the second Elden Lord. So there are 2 tarnished Elden Lords. And they then have 2 children, at least 2 children. I believe they actually have 3 children. I think Melina is one of their children. Oh. And their 3 children are, let's see, Melania, Blade of Mikola, and then Mikola, of course. Funny enough, in the lore, Mikola, he's cursed. He's cursed to be like a child. So no matter how old he is, he always looks like a child. And but he's also, I think he's the most favored of the will. I think they call him an Empyrean is someone that the will is choosing, I think, something like that. And so he's known as the most fearsome Empyrean, which is pretty sick because we never actually meet him, but we meet all the other Empyreans, and they're all super powerful. I think, as far as I know, the 2 Empyreans are Melania and Ranala, or Rani. I think those are the 2 Empyreans that we meet. Actually, I'm thinking Rykard might be an Empyrean too. I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's the family. So it's the original family. The original families are Marika and Hoarlu, and they have 3 sons. And then there's what's her name? Let's see these guys drop. They're not dropping yet. There they are. Ooh. So it's the 3 sons. It's the 2 sons and the 1 daughter from Ranala and Radagon. And then it's the three son, or it's the son and daughter. Oh, and daughter. I'm gonna say there's 2 daughters from Radagon and Marika. So those are all the big players in this game. And again, the Greater Will is kind of like trying to choose its successor. But the plan that the Greater Will has in motion to kind of basically subdue Marika is that Radagon is such a devout follower of the Greater Will, and the religion of the Greater Will is the Golden Order. So the Greater Will gets Radagon to marry Marika, but what actually does end up happening is the Greater Will makes Marika and Radagon the same person somehow. But they weren't the same person at all times, but at some point the Greater Will makes them the same person. And I think we're going to encounter a little friend over here. Yeah, let's see. Invaded by Bloody Finger. Yeah, get wrecked.
If it isn't now,
Ooh.
Bloody Finger. The end is nigh.
Ooh. Look, I got a buddy. No! No! Feels bad. So I think it's like either the Greater Will or other gods are trying to get all these children, or some of them. I think it's calling out basically to all of them. Basically, it wants them to be their, I don't know what you call it, their representative in the lands between. But Rani is aware of all this, and she does not want to be a part of that. And so I think she devises a plan to basically free herself from the Greater Will by freeing her soul from her body. But unable to do that, she needs the power of death itself. And so I think she steals the power of death, which was before stolen from the Glomide Queen. And then she uses it to murder another god. And that god would be, I think his name is Godfrey the Golden. Basically, Marika's son. And I think maybe Rani chose him because, you know, as far as Rani is concerned, she took him away, or she took her dad away from her mom. But I think Rani doesn't even know that the mom, like they were all victims here of the Greater Will. So it seems a little unfair that she does it that way, but especially because I think Godfrey the Golden is actually like a really good guy. As far as I know, I think yeah, he's pretty much just a like good guy Godfrey. He runs around helping people, he befriends dragons, stuff like that. But they murder him. But the terrible thing is they murder him in such a way that they kill his spirit, or they kill his soul, not his body. And I think that allows Rani then to kill her body and not her soul. Okay. Ah, get wrecked.
Bloody Finger.
What? You can heal? There, I got help. Oops. No, don't die! Got him. Nice job, buddy. Okay, so now we get Reduvia, which is a pretty crazy weapon, I heard. Okay, now Bloody Finger Hunter Yura is gone. Okay, so there's something down there, but I know there's a cave here somewhere. So yeah, Rani enacts her plan, murders the son, and I think that like messes with Marika. And so I think she then goes ahead and breaks the Elden Ring. And then the two fingers, they're a little too late, but they enact their plan. And then they use Radagon to bind her because they make him and her merge into the same person and then bind him. Or use him to bind her just by having her not be around. But by then it's too late. I think in the very beginning, actually, we see that the first thing we see is her breaking the Elden Ring. And then afterwards, we see Radagon then trying to fix the Elden Ring. But he's too late. Because I think even though they're technically the same person, their power level is not the same. So he was unable to fix the Elden Ring, but he tried his best. And that just messed up the world. And then... oh, I can't... why was this guy there? Okay. Is there anyone else? So what happens next? So Godfrey's dead. Rani's dead, technically. But I think she then puts her soul into something else, so she doesn't actually die. Godfrey, unfortunately, he's dead. But his body remains. And she does that because I think once she frees herself from her flesh, she is also free from the reach of the two fingers. I think that's what happens. What do we got going on here? I know exactly what's going on here. So people that know FromSoft games and have played them before, this is a character from before. Patches.
Well. Thought you'd just help yourself to a man's personal belongings, huh? You scheming little thief! The gods demand repentance! Top of it, boy! All of it!
What the heck? He just... oh, yummy! There's a special circle for rotten thieves. Yeah. Man just beats me with his bad breath. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll give another crack at it. So I guess Queen Marika shattered the Elden Ring and gave it to her children. Well, she must have known that they were doing something to her. Ooh. Okay. Okay, I want to go back to Patches because I need my stuff. You know, I'm starting to think maybe because at some point Marika gets rid of death from the Lands Between. So I'm not sure how that plays into this. I'm not sure at what point that happened. Okay, yeah, but once Queen America's out of the way.
Wait,
Oh,
please. I surrender. White flag and all.
got him. He gives us 1 gold rune.
Finally come round, have you? I knew you would. You're a man of reason. True and true. Ah. Well, what do you know? You're tarnished, like me. Now, how did I get that wrong? I took you for a demi-human or some such. But an innocent mistake, I assure you. Well, water under the bridge. Now we're squared up. How about we play nice from now on?
You got it, buddy. Forgive and forget. That's what I say.
A true man of reason. Just what I like about you. I'm Patches. Patches the untethered. Tarnished like you, only free-spirited. Nomadic, you might say.
Yep.
Only for now, those retired soldiers turned bandits. They're paying for my gruel. In exchange for my, well, showing them the ropes. But honestly, this looting racket is bloody terrifying. Frankly, I'm ready to wash my hands clean. Maybe set up a legitimate shop.
All right,
So don't
buddy.
be a stranger. I'll be ready to wheel and deal come next time. Don't forget to pop back for another. I'll be ready to wheel and deal.
All right, you got it, buddy. You got it. So in that case, maybe I just go back. Yeah, so Queen America took out... She actually removed death from the Elden Ring before she shattered it. So that was like a while before. And I think that was either to prevent her from dying or maybe protect her family or what. But I think it was to prevent her from dying. Because, again, the Greater Will wants another person. They don't like her. I think I'll hold this because I want to see what Patches has to sell. But yeah, and then I think that brings us to the beginning of this game, right? That's what happens. And so the Greater Will is looking for someone to replace America. And it also wants an Elden Lord. And I think it wants an Elden Lord because it needs somebody to kill America. And it wants us to do that. But anyways, that's my rambling. Let me know if I was right or wrong about that. Let me, feel free to correct me or let me know what I'm on the right track of. I do watch some of those videos on YouTube about it, but I do like trying to piece things together for myself. So yeah, I'm gonna stop the YouTube recording at least, but I'll play for another half an hour, I think.